Hi, I'm Paul Rushworth-Brown, host of History Bards, Down Under Interviews, and Meet the Author in the US. And welcome to sunny Sydney. I'm here with a wonderful author, Carol Amorosi, and we're going to speak to her about her first novel in a series, Death on the Line. Welcome to the show, Carol.
Hello, glad to be here.
You mentioned that you started writing during COVID.
I did.
Yeah. What on earth possessed you to sort of like just 1 minute, just say, right, I'm going to be an author?
My son, actually. I was living in Bavaria, Germany at the time, and he lives in England. And both of us were under fairly strict COVID lockdowns and couldn't really do much of anything. Went days without seeing anyone other than my husband. And my son called one day and he said, "Hey, Mom, I'm doing this writing course online. It's free. And each week there's a lecture, and then you write a chapter and share it with other people." And I thought, oh, no, I don't think I could do that. What would I write about? And then, the whole bit about and share it with other people, meaning they'd be reading what I wrote. I said, oh, I don't know. And he says, "I dare you to join me." So the gauntlet was thrown and I did it, and people actually liked what I was writing. It was very rough at that point, but I wrote 20 chapters over the 20 weeks of the course, and then it just blossomed from there.
Okay, so how do you think you've changed as an author between that first novel in the series and the fifth?
My writing style. I don't have a background in writing. I did study English lit just for fun while I was at university, but it wasn't my degree. I just enjoyed it. So I did not have that writing background. So over time, my writing has improved. And in fact, after I finished the third book, Sign of Nine Stripes, I went back and re-edited Death on the Line just to get rid of passive constructions, things like that, just to make it tighter. I didn't change the story at all.
Yeah. So do you do your own editing?
I do the first round, and then I have beta readers, and then I hired a professional editor, and she's been amazing.
Great. It's a mystery thriller set on the frontiers of America. For those at home that don't know much about American history, do you just want to give us a brief synopsis of what the setting and what the story is about?
Okay, the first book starts off in 1763. And there's a border dispute between the colonies of Maryland and Pennsylvania. And for almost 80 years, there's skirmishes, fighting. The tax collectors from each of the colonies are insisting somebody lives in that colony, and they're getting double taxed. Someone new arrives in, say, Maryland, and they're given a land grant, and they go to set up a homestead. And somebody has a land grant from Pennsylvania for that same piece of land. So in 1763, they sent Charles Mason and Jeremiah Dixon, who were astronomers and surveyors, over, and they surveyed the line and determined exactly where the 40th parallel was, which had been the bone of contention up until that point.
He crossed the Atlantic chasing opportunity, not suspicion. In the wilds of colonial America, a young Scot joins a surveying expedition to draw a line that will shape history. But when a man is found dead, the land turns hostile, trust fractures, and Angus Mackay finds himself standing on the wrong side of the truth. In a world where borders are dangerous and innocence is easily lost, how do you prove yourself when death is already on the line?